Let's get to our guests. We're used to seeing them starring alongside their very famous son, comedian and actor Jack Whitehall. Now, though, they've gone and ditched him. Ditched him, they have. Yes, husband and wife Michael and Hilary Whitehall are going it alone. Here to tell us more and making their Loose Women debut, please welcome the Whitehalls.
That's Michael's speedy pace.
That's it. You look very cool and you look very dapper, Michael.
Yes, I always wanted to be on the...
Welcome, both.
Loud ladies.
Loud. What we call loud
We've
been called many things,
We've called many
Michael.
things. We're loose and loud, especially Brenda. Welcome to welcome to you both. But Hilary, I know that you are a huge fan of Loose Women.
I am a huge fan of
so
the loud
look
Loose
what
Women.
we've got you. Yeah.
Oh,
very own mother.
Your very own.
Very excited. Matches my glasses.
Yeah. It's just water, unfortunately.
For now.
Michael, our budget couldn't
nice
stretch.
to
Our budget couldn't
people.
stretch to 2 mugs, I'm afraid, Michael. So,
No.
But, you know,
I
Hilary,
don't
Thank you
tend
so
to
much.
use mugs very much.
just a glass.
I like
Wine.
a cup and a saucer and
dear.
a
it's
teaspoon, that sort of
Yes.
thing. Old-fashioned.
You could always be a loose man, couldn't you?
Yeah, we do.
Yes.
Man.
Yes.
Yes.
Loose
Grumpy-
men.
grumpy loose
oh,
man.
well, so they've done grumpy old men. I'm not really grumpy. I'm just...
Serious.
Yeah, exactly. Serious.
Yes.
I take life
Deep
seriously.
thinker. Yes,
Yeah.
we can see that.
Yeah.
So seriously that you've ditched Jack now. He's out
have.
the picture,
Yep.
gone. No
Yep.
more travels with Jack. Out on your own,
No.
with your own podcast,
Yes.
The Wittering Whitehalls,
Wittering Whitehalls.
which is hugely successful. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Yes, no, it's great fun to do, although it does take quite a long time because you've seen the speed with which Mr Whitehall works. It's quite a slow process, but thankfully we have a very good editor.
Very funny. My problem, I'm being honest, my problem with podcasts is that I didn't know what they were when I was asked to do one. I mean, I had absolutely no idea. And then I did one, and I still didn't understand how it worked. We did that podcast with...
Jessie Ware.
Yes.
Yeah,
And
table
we
manners.
arrived at her kitchen and her mother was there, very nice lady. I had a little chat with her and then chatted to her and then we sat there talking for half an hour and I thought, this is all very nice and friendly and cosy. Quite weird, because I don't know these people at all. And then she came on and said, we're having dinner in a minute. The dinner's nearly ready. And I said, oh, well, that's really good. I said, incidentally, could I just ask one question? They say, when do we actually start doing this podcast? And she said, what do you mean doing it? We've been doing it ever since you got out of the car. And I said, but there's nothing here. There's no equipment.
There was equipment.
But the thing about-
Well, it was
noticed.
hidden.
Yeah.
Your podcast is like you're an agony aunt and uncle, really.
Indeed,
aren't you?
yes.
So, and are they genuine people with genuine problems that phone up? Did you realise this? Or...
I didn't. I mean, at the beginning, I didn't realise it. I thought, because we've got a really sweet producer called Joe, I won't mention his surname because I always get it wrong.
Yeah.
Joe. What am I saying about Joe?
You see what I'm up against?
I assumed that Joe was writing these things. So
Yeah.
he'd come and say, look, I've got a group of here. And I said, yeah, I quite like that one. And that one's not very good. So I said, no, I just do those. And we started doing the podcast. I'm sorry I keep swinging away.
You're a bit of a swinger, Michael.
And then he said to me, you know, I'm not writing these things. People are actually listening and sending them in.
Yeah.
And
What's
I said,
your favourite question so far? What kind of things do they ask you?
Well, the trouble with Michael is he never listens to the question anyway, so he just answers whatever comes into his head. So we had one the other day about will we ever go on tour, which, in fact, we are appearing at Edinburgh.
Indeed you
together.
are,
Yes,
yes.
at the Prestonville Hotel. You're doing an evening,
I
I
am.
believe, as well, yeah. So I then said to Michael, what do you think about a tour? So the question was actually about a rock and roll tour. He then started talking about a night out he had with David Bowie in Berlin, which took 25 minutes. It was great story, but it was nothing to do with the question, to be honest. But that's what happened.
Listen, I mentioned that you've ditched your famous son, Jack, but he hasn't ditched you because he knows you're on today and he just wanted to send you a message. If you just look here.
Hi guys, I'm on tour in my very glamorous dressing room. I'm very sorry that I can't be with you all today. I'm sure you're having a wonderful time without me. Thank you so much for having Hilary on the show. This is literally her favourite show. She has been banging on about going on Loose Women forever. Michael, maybe less so, but I'm sure he's going to be there as well. Although I suspect he probably won't have told his face. Don't be disconcerted by that. It's just his look. But I hope you have a lovely time, and hopefully next time I can come along and see you in person.
It would be lovely. It would be lovely if Jack came on in person and bringing the new baby, because Jack's expecting a baby with his girlfriend, and your daughter, I believe, is expecting...
Due yesterday.
Yesterday?
Yes, quite impatient now.
Yes.
There's a lot of talk, will this baby ever appear? Of course it will appear, but yes, no, she's...
Do you already have a grand...
So we have Peggy, who's 2 and a bit, who's lovely. One incoming, hopefully very soon, and then Jack in September, which is amazing.
So
I think what's happening
what
is...
What kind of father, Hilary, do you think he will make?
Well... he claims, because there is a sort of, as you know, there's a sort of an exercise you go through before you have children. First of all, you get a basil plant. You've got to keep that alive. I mean, the jury's out on Jack's basil plant. Then they got a dog. The dog is so far still alive, so I'm thinking he'll be OK. Yeah, he'll be OK. No, I think he'll be a great father, because he's a clown and, you know...
And what about being a grandfather, Michael? Because you're already a grandfather. Because so many people talk about, you know, that they say it's so different from being a father and having your children. It's a different time in your life, and people have a very, very special bond with grandchildren.
You look really happy about it.
No. I do have to say I adore Peggy, who's sweet and
Chocolate's usually involved.
Calls me Grandpa Chocolate, which is because she always wants a chocolate off me if she comes. But this rush of producing all these children is worrying me a bit. And Hilary always says, just look in the mirror if you're worried. They're all desperately trying to give you grandchildren.
Well, actually... talking of that, going back to Jack, I'm sorry to keep going back to Jack, but I thought this was really lovely. He was recently on Stephen Bartlett's podcast.
Yes.
Talking about becoming a father and talking about you and how much he wanted to do it for you. Have a look at this.
I want to do all of it with him around, and obviously I know that that's not going to be the case forever. I mean, that's why... Oh, God, I said I wasn't going to do this on this, and I'm now getting emotional. I wanted to have a baby because I wanted him to be around to know my child.
That's so lovely. So lovely.
I've never seen that.
We've heard it. We obviously listen to the podcast, but we've never actually seen it.
Yeah. I just want to say, just looking at the two of you, you look so happy and you've been together for so long. Please, can you give me a little bit of nugget of the secret of the success of your marriage?
I would say pick your battles. I mean, that's in life, generally speaking. You know, don't sweat the small stuff. It's not worth it. Pick your battles and, you know, only if it's really worth fighting for. Yeah. And don't let the sun go down on an argument.
OK.
We always try and hammer it through.
What would you say, Michael?
What is the secret to a happy marriage?
Well, if I told you, it wouldn't be a secret.
That's brilliant. Listen, I wish we had all afternoon to talk to you. It's just lovely having you here.
I have to say, too, that Jack and Michael are actually doing you were talking about radio programmes. They're doing something for Classic FM on Sunday for Father's Day. Oh, because Jack is becoming a father. So maybe you'll get some advice about being a father from that.
Classic FM, that's on Sunday.
That's on Sunday.
The Wittering Whitehalls podcast, wherever you get your podcast, Global, Spotify,
there's a lot of
and
Wittering.
iTunes.
I can explain to you how it works, if anything.
Yes.
And Jack's tour. We're going to see him tomorrow in Brighton.
And Jack's tour?
Yeah, JackWhitehall.com if you want to go and see him, because it's him talking about the impending fatherhood again.
You should be his agent, Hilary, not his...
I like your style.
Thank you very much, Michael and Hilary Whitehall.